not fully restored. Mr. Speaker, in the long term, the implementation of the Pond Water Supply Expansion Project Phase 2 and the Aveima Water Supply Project will improve the water supply to Spintex and surrounding areas. The completion of these projects will increase water supply to meet demand up to the year 2040. GWL, through the ministry, is currently engaging some investors who have expressed interest in developing these projects, with funding from donor partners, among others. Mr. Speaker, I'm going on to Barikesi, Ohwim, Amanfrom, and Offenso. Mr. Speaker, lack of potable water supply to GWL customers in Barikesi, Ohwim, Amanfrom, and Offenso is as a result of damaged sections of water distribution pipelines that serve these communities. The distribution pipelines have been damaged due to the construction of the Offenso to Ohwim Road project being undertaken by Messrs. De Lovely. Mr. Speaker, per PURC regulations and GWL policy, the cost of repair works for damaged pipes caused by a third party shall be borne by the third party. In line with this policy, GWL issued a bill to the contractor in June 2024 in respect of the damaged sections of the pipelines. However, the contractor has failed to honor the bill. GWL subsequently reported the matter to PURC for a resolution to be reached. A consensus was reached wherein the contractor agreed to supply the materials required for the repair works, while GWL executes the works. Mr. Speaker, since the agreement, the contractor has not supplied the required materials, nor provided the funds for the repair of the damaged pipelines. Mr. Speaker, to address the water supply challenges, GWL is currently replacing, in some cases, repairing the damaged sections of these water distribution pipelines to restore water supply to the affected areas. The works are being executed using GWL's IGF and are expected to be completed by the end of March 2025. GWL, through PURC, will continue to engage the contractor to ensure compliance with the consensus reached. Mr. Speaker, if the contractor fails to pay for the repairs executed by GWL to restore supply, legal action will be instituted by GWL to recover all costs, including damages. Adabraka and Asylum Down. Mr. Speaker, customers in Adabraka and Asylum Down are supplied with potable water on Thursdays and Sundays per GWL Water Demand Management Plan. However, the significant rise in population growth and rapid urbanization makes it difficult to adequately supply most of the areas within the enclave due to their higher altitude. Mr. Speaker, in the short-medium term, GWL will review its water management protocols to improve the water supply to Adabraka and Asylum Down. For the long term, the implementation of the Pond Water Supply Extension Project Phase 2 will improve water supply to Adabraka and Asylum Down. The completion of the project will increase water production to meet water demand up to the year 2040. GWL, through the ministry, is currently engaging some investors who have expressed interest in developing the project, with funding from donor partners, among others. Cape Coast and Elmina. Mr. Speaker, GWL customers in Cape Coast and Elmina are supplied with potable water from the Brimso and Sechehiman water treatment plants in the central region. In January 2025, the water source for Sechehiman water treatment plant experienced high turbidity and low river levels. This resulted in the reduction of water abstraction for production from an average of 14,700 cubic meters per day as of December 2024 to 9,800 cubic meters per day in January 2025. The situation affected the water supply to Cape Coast and its environs. The situation has since improved, and the current average water production in Sechehiman Water Treatment Plant is 15,000 cubic meters per day, assuming operations at full capacity. Mr. Speaker, frequent breakdown of pumps at the Brimso Water Treatment Plant in December 2024 affected supply of water to Cape Coast and Elmina. The pumps have since been repaired, and adequate stock of spare parts are being procured to ensure timely repair of the pumps henceforth. Water supply to the affected areas have been restored to normalcy. Mr. Speaker, in the long term, GWL intends to replace the pumps with new ones. Bubuashi and Dansoman. Mr. Speaker, GWL customers in Bubuashi and Dansoman are supplied with potable water mainly from the Weja Water Treatment Plant. To improve water supply to the western part of Accra, GWL in December 2021 undertook critical works at the plant. The works included the replacement of the existing 4 low-lift intake pumps using GWL's IGF. Currently, 3 of the pumps have been replaced and in full operation. This has significantly improved water supply to supply areas including Bubuashi and Dansoman. The works on the replacement of the 4th pump expected to be completed by the end of April 2025. Mr. Speaker, for the long term, the implementation of the Weja expansion and rehabilitation project will improve water supply to the western part of Accra, including Bubuashi and Dansoman. The completion of the project will increase water production by 100,000 cubic meters per day to meet water demand up to the year 2040. GWL, through the ministry, is currently engaging some investors who have expressed interest in developing the project with funding from donor partners, among others. Ashaman and Pong. GWL customers in Pong and Ashaman are supplied with potable water 4 days every fortnight as a result of water supply demand gap within Greater Accra metropolitan area. Mr. Speaker, in the short-medium term, GWL is currently reviewing its water management protocols to improve water supply to Pong and Ashaman. In the long term, the implementation of the Pong water supply expansion project phase 2 and the Aveime water supply project will improve water supply to Tema and surrounding areas. The completion of these projects will increase water production to meet demand up to the year 2040. GWL, through the ministry, is currently engaging some investors who have expressed interest in developing the project with funding from donor partners, among others. Sibi. Mr. Speaker, Sibi is a farming community located in the Nkwanta North District of the Oti region. It is one of the main beneficiary communities of the Damanko Pasa water supply system that is being managed by Community Water and Sanitation Agency. Community Water and Sanitation Agency took over the management of the water system in 2018 and has since carried out some interventions such as replacement of the 200 kVA transformers, replacement of weak sections of the transmission pipelines, payment of over 400,000 electricity bills accrued by the erstwhile Water Management Board, and the repairing of low and high lift pumps on the water system. Mr. Speaker, currently, the water system runs only one high lift, one low lift pumps, which is woefully inadequate to supply water to beneficiary communities such as Sibi and Pasa. Mr. Speaker, Community Water and Sanitation Agency, in its quest to enhance production and supply, earmarked the rehabilitation and expansion of the Damanko-Pasa water system under the Rural Community and Small Town Water Supply Project. Unfortunately, the project had some challenges and could not be implemented. Mr. Speaker, in the interim, CWSA is undertaking the procurement of pumps to increase supply to the beneficiary communities. In the medium term, CWSA has added the full rehabilitation of the water system to its planned project, subject to the availability of financial resources. Adaklo. Mr. Speaker, the Adaklo communities are served by Adaklo Mountains, Adaklo Wire, and Mafi Kumase management units of community water and sanitation in the Volta region. The Adaklo Mountains management unit supplies water to the following communities: Adaklo Heliki, Adaklo Sikama, Adaklo Abwedi, Adaklo Toko, and others. The Adaklo Wire management unit supplies water to Adaklo Wire, Adaklo Patovi, Adaklo Sofa, and others. The Mafi Kumasi management unit also supplies water to the following communities: Adaklo Plehu, Adaklo Aveji, and others. Mr. Speaker, Adaklo Mountains Management Unit was rehabilitated under the Ghana-Spain Debt Swap Project. The project undertook the construction of a surface water treatment plant at Weya that has increased water supply to the beneficiary communities. In the medium term, CWSA intends to extend water to unserved communities along Adaklo, a Koite stretch of communities under its planned project portfolio, subject to the availability of financial resources. Mr. Speaker, Adaklo Wayi and Mafi Kumas management units were constructed under the Phase 3 of the Strabag AG project, which was completed in 2023. In the medium to long term, CWSA intends to extend water to unserved communities as part of the works to be undertaken under Phase 5 of the Strabag AG project when financial closure is attained. Mr. Speaker, I bring my submission to a close. As I earlier stated, the Ministry of Works and Housing and Water Resources will continue to enhance the delivery of water supply services in the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for a detailed response. Yes, Honorable Minority Leader. Yes, Honorable Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with respect, the Minister, in addressing the Barakese offensive situation, indicated that there was a damage to a section of the water distribution pipeline by a third party. And by the rule, this third party has a responsibility to fix. The failure to do it has caused so much suffering to the people, whilst Ghana Water wants to follow the law. He gives us a further background to this story, this matter, by saying that indeed there was even an agreement, but this agreement has been breached by the third party. May I know from the minister, in view of this, the IGF that the water company is relying on to fix the problem, would it be enough to enable regular supply of water? And if not, what measures would he undertake by way of getting the finance ministry to release funds to complete this distribution pipeline project as soon as practicable?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm actually doing the assessment with the directors at the ministry, and if we're trying to look at other sources of funding to ensure that we assist the people of Barikesi.
Thank you.
The water distribution pipeline was broken some few weeks ago. The issue before us, the Barikesi issue, some few weeks ago, I left Ghana Water many years ago. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Cheweti, he's been quiet for some time.
Honorable Leader, may you address me?
Mr. Speaker, the Chief Whip of the Majority Caucus, when he sees his members heckling, he doesn't stop them. Okay. Mr. Speaker, the minister tells us about the situation on this desalination plant. The reason why Spintex is not getting regular supply of water. But I find it very curious when he says that the delay in the maintenance is as a result of some spare parts that are stuck at the Kotoka International Airport, and the Ghana Water needs to intervene on behalf of the operators to enable them clear the spare parts. He goes further to say that it will take only 5 days for the repairs to be done. Mr. Speaker, can the minister assure this House that he will intervene in ensuring that whatever bureaucracies are there at the Customs Division of GRA, this would be surmounted to enable these spare parts cleared? Because the people, if you go to Spintex Road, that whole area, there's a huge population. And since they shut down on the 21st of February, the situation has gotten worse and the people are suffering. It cannot be that the repair that will take just 5 days because of bureaucracies at customs. And this is a state-to-state matter. So, Mr. Speaker, question to the minister. Can you assure us with timelines that this matter will be solved without further delay? We've already lost time.
Minister, can you give us timelines?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've actually started with an intervention, and I wouldn't be able to be specific, as in within a week or two, but hopefully within the shortest possible time, it will be handled.
Yes. I can't push the minister more. I can't push him more. But just to let him know that this is water for a huge population of over 300,000. And if, as he said, it's only about clearing duty at customs, and it is taking a long time, I believe that a ministerial intervention can deal with it, especially so, as he promises, he tells us that it will take only 5 days. But I leave that to him, but to be mindful of the suffering masses out there. Mr. Speaker, the minister also tells us that the pumps at the whole intake point have become ineffective. And since February, when these came to the attention of Ghana Water, steps have been taken to initiate a procurement process. Can the minister bring clarity to this matter? When he says the procurement process has begun, we know that there is no board at Ghana Water. We know that the PPA has no board. These pumps are huge pumps. These are huge transactions. May we know from the minister which form of procurement process? Is it the case that they have sought authorization from the Chief of Staff to do the procurement, or what? We need clarity on exactly the form of procurement process that have been initiated. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. From what I know is some documentations are being made for the necessary boards and statutory authorities to be inaugurated before the final signings will be done. But there are some that was done before me assuming office that I'm looking into. Thank you.
Thank you. Leader, come again. Yes, let me hear you. Leader, let me hear the Chief Whip.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to draw your attention to Speaker Order 89. Order 89, Rule 1. Mr. Speaker, with your leave, it is to the effect that as soon as a question is answered, any member, beginning with the member who asks the question, may without notice ask a supplementary question for further clarification of any matter of fact on the answer, but a supplementary question shall not introduce a matter not included in the original question. Speaker, if you read 89.3, it says any other member may be allowed to ask not more than 2 supplementary questions, except that the majority and minority leaders or co-leaders may each ask no more than 5 supplementary questions on the substantive question. Speaker, since asking the substantive question, the minority leader has asked 5 more supplementary questions. Mr. Speaker, I have noted them down. The first one was in respect of the third party who was contracted to effect some repair that had not been done. And the minister went back to clarify. The second was in respect of some machines that are supposedly stuck at the airport awaiting clearance. And the minister went back to clarify. The third, Mr. Speaker, was in respect of Adaklu. You did. Mr. Speaker, he asked a question in respect of Adaklu. Then, Mr. Speaker, he asked a question about Offenso and Barikesi. And then lastly, he asked about the procurement processes. I've noted all of them down, being supplementary. So if he's permitted to ask further supplementary questions, he's exceeding his powers. He's exceeding the latitude granted him.
Honorable, as far as I'm concerned, the supplementary question he has asked for, as far as I am concerned, the main question was so elaborate.
Mr. Speaker,
so many things. So let me give him the opportunity to ask. No.
5 supplementary.
No. I have also noticed 4.
Very well. You have the last chance.
Leader, let's hear you.
Mr. Speaker, when a member rises to intervene,
Leader, just address me and ask the question.
Mr. Speaker, if you won't give me the right, I'll resume my seat.
No, it's not a question of...
No, I need to respond to an issue he has raised.
No, you don't need to respond. Just ask the question.
Mr. Speaker,
Leader.
with respect, I need your lead. He says that I've asked the question on Adoklu. Your response was that, as far as you are concerned, I have asked 4.
Yes.
But that did not answer the matter that has gone into the record. He says I've asked a question on Adoklu. Let the records, I'm interested in the records of this house. I've not asked the minister a question on Adoklu. Let the records reflect. And he should not mislead this house into believing that I have offended Order 89, because I have the Order 89. So I've not asked a question on Adaklu. He says I've asked 5 questions already, and then I've asked a question on Adaklu. The minister is here. I have not asked a question on Adaklu.
Leader, just address me.
Yes, I'm addressing you, but he spoke for the records. Let me respond to him for the records. Mr. Speaker, it's very important. What we are doing here is for posterity, and it's for future generations. I wouldn't allow things to go without a proper response. Mr. Speaker, now my question to the Honorable Minister, the Adabraka asylum down situation. He says that water supplies are done on Thursdays and Fridays, and that they are reviewing the water management situation in that area. Mr. Speaker, we've become aware of the Greater Accra water supply project. It's been going on for some time. May I know from the minister whether in that major intervention, the Adabraka asylum down enclave was not part? And if it was not, the funding that he's looking for, to what extent is that funding arrangement going to deal with this matter once and for all? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Adabraka is part of the Greater Accra water project that we are embarking on. Adabraka and its environs.
Honorable Minister for Works and Housing.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. May I ask the Minister responsible for Works and Housing if he can confirm that I've had series of discussions with him on the water situation in Ho and Adaklu, and he's given me very favorable answers as to the plans he's making to address the situation.
Minister, if you are minded to respond to the question, you may do so.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I've been having a lot of discussions with the Honorable Minister for Roads and Highways. And I've been assuring him that we will do our best for his constituency. Thank you.
And it took the Osahene to ask the question. Why? You see, you cannot say the question was needless. He saw the need for Honorable Kwame Abuja, that he took the Yes, Honorable Vincent.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me commend the Minister for the eloquent way you have answered the questions. I want to ask, Barakese, the last time we had major refurbishment of that system was between 2015 and 2016. I want to find out from the Minister that the past 8 years, if the Ministry did not do any major work on Barakese Dam. Thank you very much, Minister.
Yes, Honorable Minister. Vincent, may you repeat the question, please?
I would like to find out. I said the last time major work was done on Barakese was between 2015 and 2016, when Chebi, Konongo, and then the 3 cases were all commissioned. Those projects were commissioned under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I want to find out, for the past 8 years, the Minister, I want to find out whether no work was done for the past 8 years on Barakese.
Honorable Vincent filed a substantive question.
I want to find out whether there will be any work for the past
Honorable
8 years.
Jerry.
What?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Water is not flowing. That is what we need to know.
Honorable Speaker.
What is it?
Honorable Speaker, in the presentation of the Honorable Minister, he indicated that the Weja expansion and rehabilitation project will be completed. I just want to find out indication of time as to when same will be completed.
Well. Minister, you may answer this question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the wager supply issue, something is very urgent to the ministry, and the honorable member of Parliament for Wager actually has spoken to me about it. We've been having discussions on it, and it's very key to the ministry, something we are working on. With the timelines, it will be communicated later.
Yes, Sanjay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Looking at the question, I can count 10 communities. This implies that the water problem in Ghana is enormous and facing many other communities. And in the minister's response to the question, he mentioned that SDG 6. I want to know from the minister, how prepared is Ghana to meet the SDG 6 by the 2030?
Honourable member, I could read from the minister's face that I should ask you to file a substantive question. Yes, Honourable Comfort.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The minority leader, Honourable Afenyo Markins, lists a lot of communities which have a water problem. I want to tell him it's the whole Ghana that have water problem. Adan, Sege, Nungo Pamplam, Accra, Dansoma, everywhere. This is what your government left for us. So just look at how best you can judge with the minister so that they solve the whole Ghana problem water. The water problem is everywhere. And you left Adan. Adan to have a problem.
Honourable Comfordoyo, I don't know where you are coming from.
He left Adan. He didn't mention Adan. He didn't mention Sege. He didn't mention.
But you are here.
Find your own question. And he mentioned some communities. We all have water problem.
Honourable Comfordoyo.
No, he is asking general question for so many constituencies. Add Adan, add Sege, add Nungo Pampra, add Dansoma, add everywhere. That's water problem is everywhere. Kintampo, so many places, everywhere. So, minority leader, you have done discrimination to the rest of the communities.
I believe you can engage.
No, he has a consultant. So you should cover everywhere. Everywhere has water problem, and you are discriminated as for some few communities. We don't have water in Ghana now. No water everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The deputy, the first deputy whip, majority whip, has actually indicated the enormous problems we are having as a country. What I am surprised at is that we have brought the minister over here to ensure that we'll find solutions to the problem that we are having as a nation. So please, allow us to ask the right questions that will lead him to solve the problem. I'm happy you have mentioned that the problem exists everywhere. Please, let us find a solution to it. So please don't aid the minister unnecessarily. Allow him to appreciate the problem and solve the problem appropriately. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, I think the minister has done justice to the questions, and Osahini, I think don't respond to anti-comfort.
Please, Mr. Speaker, I pay attention to records. Some things may be said lightly. She said there is discrimination in the question asked.
Oh.
Yes, but you are the MP for your constituency. Your duty is to bring the problems of your constituency to the floor of the House and not to offload them to me. That I should have asked a question for and on behalf of your constituents. But so now you acknowledge that the minority does the work for you. Now you realize that we are the mouthpiece of the country, that you couldn't even ask a question for your own people.
Yes.
It's a problem.
Mr. Speaker, where is minority leader living? He's going to drink water. No, I thought that his previous life as chairman of the Ghana Water Company Board would have been helpful here. But he's left, so let's leave the matter there. I think that the minister has answered all the questions.
Well. So, Honourable Minister, on behalf of the House, let me thank you for attending upon the House to respond to members. You've done well. You've well composed. You responded to us. We thank you once again. You are hereby discharged. But honorable members, I think Honorable Comfordoyo has brought something to the fore. Every member here can bring any minister to come and address issues relating to his constituency. It appears that since we came to this chamber on the 9th Parliament, my good people from the right are not answering, filing questions. So we all have problems. We all have problems. So please file questions. We all have problems. So please file questions. That is my observation. That is my observation. Please file questions. Some of you may engage the ministers privately. That is fine. But for your own good and the good of your constituents to also see that you are doing the bidding of your constituents, please file questions. I know where I'm coming from. Yes.
Speaker, please. I said that because he was a board member for Ghana Water when they were in power. And those problems have been there when they were in power. So he knows the problems. So it's not a problem created by this new government, but a problem that have not been solved before we came. So he should just judge so that we solve it for the whole Ghana. And the government is ready to solve it. So we will solve it.
Honourable members, I think the minister for gender is not around, and the Attorney General is also not around. So we'll bring question time to a close. Tourism is here, yes. Yes, tourism is here. So Minister for Tourism may take his rightful place. Yes, let me hear you.
Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity. Speaker, let the record reflect that this side, we also file questions. In fact, we do file even urgent questions. And ministers come to respond to urgent questions filed by our members. So, Speaker, with all due deference to you, the impression that we don't file questions, even though we have problems, will reverberate in our constituencies with adverse consequences. So I want the record to reflect that as much as practicable, our members file questions regarding matters pertaining to their constituencies or topical national matters. It is only that wrong impression that I want corrected. That this side, 187 of us, we do file questions. The minority leader was here for 8 years. I was here. We were avant-gardes of questions. He's now become a master of filing questions. It's all right. It's all right. But he doesn't file more questions than us. Don't let that impression be created.
Very well, well noted.
Speaker, thank you for that.
Yes, Leader.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, I need to respond to Honorable Comfordoyo. Mr. Speaker, it is true that I served as chair of Ghana Water from September 2017 to January 2021. That is a fact. However, if the Minister, Honorable Doyo, paid due regard to my questions. One, on the Spintex Road situation, the shutdown was on 21st February 2025. So it isn't a problem that existed in 8 years. it started on the 21st February. Same applies to the damage to sections of the water distribution pipeline. It was in January. It's not an old problem when I was chair. On the Cape Coast situation, the minister himself pointed out that it was as a result of high turbidity of the water levels, and it is very recent. I have a research team.
Leader,
Mr. Speaker,
I may not cut you short, but I think this is an issue the minister have already responded.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, but she said, Mr. Speaker,
please address me, not
well,
what
Speaker,
he
very
said.
Well.
We've already spent a lot of time on questions. We still have some ministers. Please, I beg of you, let me ask the member to ask the question so that we have debates to also go on. You go on.
Mr. Speaker, the honourable member has spoken for the records that the issues I raised pre-existed. And I'm saying that I was very specific. And the minister, in his answer, was very clear with the dates. These are matters for records. So for him to raise new issues as though this tertiary desalination thing, the shutdown was long before the government assumed office. I'm not being partisan here. I raise issues for consideration. So I don't want this, anything you raise is being reduced into a partisan argument. That is not here. If you have an Adan situation, raise it. I have not filed a question on Adan. If there's an Adan water situation, you are in that area.
Thank you,
raise it
Leader.
as an MP for that area.
Leader, thank you so much. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, let's get back to the question. To ask the Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources the interventions the ministry has undertaken to address persistent, I'm saying the persistent, I have not seen since January in the question. I have not seen since January in the question. Persistent, you said persistent. How long it has persisted?
Thank you, Leader.
Please, Speaker, it's important. How long it has persisted is not indicated. Number two, Mr. Speaker, it will be a dangerous practice for us to begin to allow people to start asking questions about activities in other people's constituencies. Very dangerous practice. Very, very dangerous practice. It will be undermining the MPs. Because as the minister has indicated, the MPs have been coming to him to discuss their problems. So when you sit and you are not from that constituency, you haven't asked the MP whether or not he has taken any steps in relation to that matter. And you come and you want to pander to the public and ask questions in relation to other people's constituencies to undermine them just to score cheap political points. Mr. Speaker, why will we allow this? Where are people going? Seeking popularity for what? For what? Why would you ask questions about somebody's constituency when the MP is sitting here and there's no evidence that you have consulted the MP to find out what the MP is doing about that problem in his constituency? Why? Mr. Speaker, this is not right. It's not fair. And so you, the speakers who admit the questions, if anybody comes and asks questions about other people's constituencies, I urge you to consult the MP to find out if the MP has knowledge of the matter or not, and what steps the MP has taken, and inform the person asking the question. If it is your constituency, we will not be concerned about whether or not you have taken steps or not. It's up to you to decide if you want to deal with the issue by asking a question or by just walking to the minister to discuss the matter. So please, I think that the leader minority has to be cautioned not to be undermining other MPs. If you are asking on behalf of your side, I can understand. But you can't sit here and be asking questions about what is happening in Ho without consulting the MP for Ho, It will be unfair to the MP for who?
Thank you, Leader. I think all of us should take note of it. Since the standing orders is not specific on these matters, I will urge members to be very clear that we shouldn't do anything that will undermine other members. So, Leader, I think your consensus is well placed. So let me invite Honorable Member for Bosome Freho, Nana Asafwaje Aye, to ask his question number 5. Question 5. Honorable members, these questions are specific for within the constituencies, so we will not extend the supplementary question to any other person. Honorable Aye, you may ask your question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts the plans the ministry has to develop the following waterfalls in the Bosome Freho constituency. One is the Bakote, so I will beg Hansard to correct that. Bakote, not Bate, Bakote. Awam waterfalls, Bobiem waterfalls, Abrewa waterfalls, Dane waterfalls, Amomoso waterfalls, Tebri waterfalls, and the other one, not Tebeso, but you cancel Tebeso, even the Subri, so you cancel the it's a Subri waterfalls. So I would rise to ask the minister, plans the ministry has in addressing this one. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Akpa, so wait, thank you for the opportunity to answer this question. The Bosome Freho district is located in the central part of the Ashanti region and shares boundaries with the Bekwai municipal to the west, Bosomtwe and Ejuso Drabing districts to the north, Adanse south, and Achimansa districts to the south, and Asante Achim south to the northeast. It is estimated to have a land area of about 630 square kilometers. Major settlements in the districts are Esiwa, Esanse, Dompa, Enyanso, Freso. I've done a rehearsal and I still can't pronounce it right. I apologize. Abu Samso, Israel, Tebeso 1 and 2, and Yinasi and Insuta. The district lies within latitude 6 to the north and 6.26 to the north, etc. The district is endowed with a number of waterfalls with immense potential to become a major eco-tourist destination. The Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts is committed to the development and promotion of nature-based tourism, as has been done with the Kintampo waterfalls, with the aim of preserving Ghana's natural resources and creating economic benefits. The named waterfalls, currently underdeveloped, requires infrastructure and other investments to make them must-visit destinations. The ministry, in collaboration with relevant stakeholders, will look for investors to create infrastructure such as receptive facilities, tourism information centers, washrooms, eco-friendly accommodation, hiking trails, restaurants, adventure activities, and more. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and grateful to the Minister. The Speaker, I have in my hands the fourth reports of the Appointment Committee. That report sought to approve the Minister. The Minister made some very profound response to some questions that were asked. Mr. Speaker, I make reference to paragraph 4.8. The subheading is Development of Tourist Sites.
Immediately after the question.
And I read with your leave. The Minister, she expressed her commitment to collaborating with district assemblies to revitalize efforts aimed at establishing numerous centers for national culture across the country. According to the nominee, these centers will be ideal platform for youth, talented and creative Ghanaians to showcase their skills and earn living, promoting cultural heritage and fostering economic growth within the area. I want to ask the Minister again, is she still committed to working in collaboration with the district assemblies to develop these very important cultural or tourist centers? Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the simple answer will be yes, but to elaborate on it, I can assure the member who asked the question that I have engaged the Minister for Local Government, that we work together to ensure that MMDAs, when they are appointed and have taken office, we would work together with them to identify what their strengths are and find ways in which we can assist them to do this. Yes, it is my desire and it's still my wish that we are able to do as I indicated during my vetting. I thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I still would rely on the report again. The Minister at the vetting was asked about the poor state of roads leading to these tourist sites. Here again, she responded. The nominee acknowledged the negative impact. What is your point? The Minister acknowledged the negative impact of deteriorated road network on tourism in the country. She expressed her commitment in collaborating with the Ministry of Roads and Highway to prioritize the construction and rehabilitation of key road networks leading to various tourist sites. The Speaker, my tourist sites, all of them, all the names I mentioned, Abrewa, Bakote, Dane, all of them, the roads leading to these sites are poor. And I believe that it happens with other tourist sites too. What is the Minister still committed to working with the Minister of Roads and Network to ensure that the roads leading to the tourist sites are constructed? Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I had the opportunity to present the budget of the ministry to the Minister for Finance. And even at that occasion, I indicated to the Minister for Finance that should the Minister for Roads bring his budget, all the roads leading to our tourist sites, the budget that they present should be considered, because it will help my ministry to do what we are mandated to. I think that we all know the potential that the tourism sector has, and when the roads are done, half the problem will be solved. Thank you.
The Speaker, this is a response of the Minister to Parliament, and I want to make reference to a point. The Ministry, in collaboration with relevant stakeholders, will look for investors to create infrastructure such as receptive facilities, tourist information centers, washrooms, eco-friendly accommodation, hike trails, restaurants, adventure activities. I want to plead with the Minister that in looking for or partnering with stakeholders to develop some of these ones, particularly with the Bosome Frehu constituency, we have some Bosome Frehu indigenes who are in the diaspora willing and ready to also contribute to some development in these areas. I would beg the minister to also invite us and our stakeholders into the table when this consideration is being done. With that said, I want to thank the minister for availing herself and responding to my question. Thank you very much.
Let's turn to question 6. Question 6, and the question stands in the name of Kwabri East, Honorable Akwasi Jemfi Onyine Champon. Honorable, we may ask your question now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to respectfully ask...
May you speak up?
I rise to respectfully ask the Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts what the ministry intends to do to create market access for kente weavers in Adamumase, Asonomaso, Ntonso, and Ebira in the Kwabri East constituency to the global fashion houses. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Oyuwaladon, to wait, I thank you. Ghana's traditional woven textile, kata in my Eva language and kente in the Dakar language, was recently inscribed onto the UNESCO representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity under the 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage. Known globally for its exotic and calm colors, intricate patterns, and profound symbolic meanings, kente embodies the creativity, heritage, and identity of the Ghanaian people. The Ministry of Tourism will use the Fashion and Textile Month under the Black Star Experience, Ghana's flagship culture, arts, and tourism brand, to promote the market for kata nationally and internationally in collaboration with Ghana Export Promotion Authority and to court partnership between kata weavers and national and international fashion brands. And I'm happy to mention what Christy Brown and Yvonne X are doing with kata in their chosen fields, and we plan to do more when we have the opportunity. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Onyina, any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the Honorable Minister's response, she mentioned that she will use the Black Star experience to create market and demand for kente. I would like to ask her how. In what way? Is she going to invite the weavers to showcase their work during the fair? Or if that is not the case, may I respectfully suggest that she does that so that weavers from various sites can come around and show.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I donned my alpakata today. In my constituency, Katu South, we have weavers in Aflawu, Agbozuma, and Kliko. And we have weavers in Agotima Ziopi, and of course, your constituency. All of these people will have opportunity to exhibit their wares at all the programs that we have in the various regions. They may also take advantage of whatever programs the ministry has to also engage with us, and we'll give them the platform to exhibit their wares. We are poised to make our culture and our creative arts hub the driving force behind our tourism. So any opportunity we have, we will share with them. Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, a follow-up to that, would the Honourable Minister consider fashion houses, notable fashion houses like Anita Dongre, Yafeke Designs, even Patagonia, who rely on native fabrics, hand-woven fabrics, from India and Ethiopia? Will you consider bringing them also on board in Ghana so that they can adopt kete or kente, as one of their fabrics?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, If my colleague will recall, during my vetting, I did say that I was going to work with all the MMDAs. Each region of in the country, the 16 regions, everyone has something that's unique. We are willing and ready to engage with all who are practicing our trade in Ghana and outside of this country for the total development of our sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, we bring question time to a close. We thank all of you. The Minister, I haven't discharged you. Anyway, we thank you for attending upon the House. To respond to your own colleagues, we are very grateful to you. You are hereby discharged. So, honourable members, we bring question time to a close. We will turn to item 8. Item 8, statements. Leader, any guidance, any?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, based on consultations that I've had with you and under the relevant standing orders that permit me to make a statement on a matter of urgent public importance relating to my constituency, Mr. Speaker, 2 days ago, an unknown gunman shot and killed a soldier who was not in uniform, and yesterday in the evening, the military detachment in Boku and its environs, there's also a detachment in Binduri, undertook an exercise of ransacking almost every house that they came across, beating up everybody, men, women, children, old men, old women who could not flee, injuring some, destroying the properties of others, smashing television sets, fridges, and everything that came their way. Mr. Speaker, I made several calls, tried to urge them to stop. They did not. And this morning, they continued. And as we speak, the military, the soldiers are still carrying on the operation of beating up everybody that they come across in the town. So, Speaker, let me express my most sincere condolences to the family of the soldier who was killed. I will never condone the killing of anyone, especially a soldier who has left his family and has come to help us establish law and order in the Boku area. So I express my sincere condolences to the family. And I've urged the law enforcement agencies, the military, the police, to work with the community leaders to try and investigate and identify the person behind this unwarranted, gruesome exercise of killing a soldier who has come to help us maintain peace in the place. But, Mr. Speaker, it is equally not right for the soldiers since last night to invade homes, meeting places, market, where market women are going about their daily chores and beating up everybody, assaulting, injuring women, old men, children, anybody who hasn't run away and is still in the town, is being beaten up by the soldiers. Mr. Speaker, I condemn in no uncertain terms the conduct of the military detachment there. I want to bring the full weight of this House behind a plea to them to stop what they are doing immediately and withdraw back into their barracks, because beating up everybody in the town, destroying television sets and fridges, destroying bicycles and cooking implements and etc., will not bring back to life the young man that we have unfortunately lost. But then it also will dent the image of the military as an organization that is supposed to be used to protect citizens. It is not your duty to be the source of assaulting, beating, maiming innocent citizens. Obviously, the person who perpetrated that act will not be anywhere near for the military to be able to beat or, assault or do whatever they want to do to that person. All those who are being beaten are innocent citizens going about their normal daily chores. So I condemn the conduct of the military, and I urge the military high command to rein in their men and officers to stop the brutality that is currently ongoing in the Boku Township. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, I know this is a sensitive area, and I will urge the few people I will ask them to comment to be very circumspect. Yes. Honourable member for Pusuga. But please, let's be circumspect. I beg of you.
Pardon me?
Let's be circumspect with whatever we say.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to add my voice to the statement ably made by the Leader of the House and then Member of Parliament for Boku Central. Mr. Speaker, yesterday evening, I was on my way when I got a message at about 8 p.m. on the brutalities that were being meted out to some people in a community about 5 to 6 kilometers from my constituency. Mr. Speaker, I tried as much as I could to talk to somebody, but there was no way out. Eventually, some pictures were sent to me. But, well, I knew it would end at some point. This morning, the beatings and maltreatment continued. Yesterday evening, as I was saying, Mr. Speaker, they went almost into the Pusga district capital, went even into a house, beat an old man, and broke his leg. Some of these things, much as we empathize with the army, and let me say my condolences to the bereaved family, it doesn't warrant these things that are being done by the rest that may be fighting for justice or for some kind of empathy for their colleague who has passed. We need to know that, at least, if for anything at all, there are so many ways by which we can get the perpetrators, if possible. But going into people's houses, removing people from their bedrooms, beating them, and even the elderly and women, is not fair at all. Mr. Speaker, as I stand here right now, I have just received a whole lot of pictures. And currently, They are in the market where women are selling and buying, beating anybody who comes to sight. I want to add my voice to my colleague, pleading with them that much as we are not happy, we don't condone the killing of the army officer, but we are also so unhappy about what is happening. Imagine the poor woman in the market without even knowledge. Some of them have even come to the market without knowing that something had happened. You go them, you are brutalizing them. Everybody is running around. So I want to add my voice that we are pleading with them. They should stop what they are doing and let us see how best we can solve the problem rather than continuing in that manner. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. For giving me the opportunity to add my voice